What is up, everybody? It's Subversive here today, and we're gonna talk about David Jaffe and his opinion about the current state of God of War. So, David Jaffe did a podcast, I'm assuming, where he gave his thoughts about the current direction of the new God of War franchise, which he says he is not happy with the direction it is going. So some people have a lot of issues with his statement, even though he is the creator of the God of War franchise, which is crazy to me. Like, people really don't hear what the creator of God of War has to say about this, what his character and how his direction the character is going. But, I don't agree or disagree with that Jaffe's statement. I did really enjoy the original God of War games. Those things like 5 or 6 games that they had with the original Kratos character. I enjoyed what they did with it. Even with the newer ones with 2018 and onward, I don't have a problem with the new ones either. So, I'm kind of indifferent. I don't really have a stake in this fight right here. I love the older God of War games, and I enjoy the new ones. So, just giving you this insight of what David Jaffe has to say about this game right here, this direction. Let's play the clip.
Studio. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. If you're going to build a brand new IP, or you're going to build a character into the God of War lore, and that character is struggling or dealing with your problems that a lot of you guys that have gotten older and girls at the studio have dealt with, that's wonderful. Do that shit all day long. But don't take the character Kratos or Indiana Jones and go, you know what? I'm Steven Spielberg. I'm older now, and I'm really into family, and I want to tell stories about fathers and sons and God. No, fuck you. That is not what this character is, whether it's Indy or whether it's the goddamn Kratos. Okay, I just stop. I get it. I don't know. It's just like somebody needs to be able to tell these people no sometimes and say, look, we love that you're arty farty. We love that you're taking shit from your personal life. We love that you're treating the medium, and Sony always has, as an art form studio. And I don't mean that disrespectfully.
Yeah, so those are his thoughts right there. He says they're being super artsy-fartsy with how they're treating Kratos, which I don't know. Because at first, I don't think their past Kratos can exist in a modern gaming community right now, the gaming land space right now. There were definitely a lot of headlines saying how Kratos is a violent misogynist, most likely. So I don't think the current Kratos could be in this climate, to be honest. So I'll see why they have to tone it down, so to say. And why he had to be like a older man with caring for a younger kid. So I kind of see why they went this direction and go with the older Kratos. But people say it's character development for Kratos, so I don't really mind it. Like, I don't really hate the new Kratos or the new games. It's just the walking segments and the whole no jumping thing. That's kind of annoying, but other than that, I think the games are fine. So, let's see what people have to say about this. I don't think a single person asks what his opinion is. Kratos is far better now that his character is more fleshed out, and the gamers agree. Man, look how they easily throw away David Jaffe because he's no longer working on the games. Like, that is just some disrespect right there. The person who gave you Kratos, you just spit in his face. Wow. I like it because it reflects the natural progression of a man who went from Old Testament wrath of God mentality to New Testament forgiven. Understanding and maturing with emotions, keeping him the same would have created the franchise. Okay. If the old Kratos was better, the franchise wouldn't have gone through a reboot. In God of War Ascension, the film was already worn out, but of course he has every right to be unhappy with the change, although he liked God of War 2018 a lot. What a pathetic man. And I think he even has the old Kratos as an avatar when he states that. Like, what? I really don't understand this post. You will have the old Kratos as an avatar. Okay. I hated it. I tried to play it. It ain't it, Chief. Bring back the old school combo system, God of War, massive air combos, etc. Loved it. Yeah, you can't really do that in a new game. The expansive combo system. Kratos, dare I say it, turned weak. Similar to Marcus Phoenix in the recent games, new Zoomer writers demand to make OG badasses weak these days. I kind of can understand. Like, I really like Goku from Dragon Ball Z series. If they made Goku a super old man who can barely fight, and his whole mindset is based on something different, then I can kind of agree. Like, I wouldn't like that character either. So, I guess, I don't know. I like the old Kratos more. He's bitter and jealous when he decided to go with a more fleshed out route than the generic angry Greek Kratos. I mean, technically, the story should have been done in David Jaffe's vision of Kratos, but he did a reboot, so the kind of story about him being angry was part of his, was a little part of his story, like being angry against the gods. So I don't know. It made sense back then, but like I said before, I don't think this new Kratos can work in the current climate of the gaming community right now. So, but then again, somebody made an article based on what David Jaffe stated. And then this was Cory Barlog's response. It was no response, just a gif of somebody being like disappointed and holding their tongue. It kind of caused a little bit of drama with the comments. Character development in this economy, said from Young kind of sparking the flames of this beef right here. I am extremely happy with how the series and Kratos has evolved, and that's a serious thank you. Legitimately the perfect response. But he didn't really give a response, he just gave a gif. You see, Cory Barlog has a lot of butt kissers, it seems like they couldn't legit say, what, I'm not going to touch on it, it's going to be kind of messy, but it seems like there's a lot of butt kissing going on in this comment section. Don't waste your time. Anything is static, life change, time changes. You can be the same person 10 years later. Why a fiction character can't change and pro to develop a better story part of vengeance and violence? I have loved Kratos' evolution and developed and how all decisions have consequences. Okay. What? I just viciously beheaded and halved an elf in Valhalla. Yeah, there is some still violent scenes in the new God of War games. Like, it's still not completely a rated E for everyone. So you can still do like crazy, insane stuff and put different monsters in this game in the future, in this recent trilogy. But man, I don't know. It just seems like it's not the same Kratos anymore that we know from the old times, the PS2 era. God of War, more like God of Dancing Modes. Yeah. When they started putting Kratos in Fortnite, I was like, really? They can do these stupid dances. You wrote the best 3 games of the series. Keep letting him sneak dish you from the sidelines. Kratos was always soft. Thing is, he has always broken. He's been broken almost his entire life. Yeah, he has a very tragic backstory, Kratos. He has a definitely tragic story right there. Kind of reminds me from Guts from Berserk. I recently just started watching Berserk, and that is an amazing series. I'm so mad it took me this long to watch it, but Berserk is amazing. So, kind of has a story similar to that. We had to fight these impossible odds. And then even has to get these supernatural powers to fight against these different monsters and gods themselves. So, very similar. David Jaffe is an old man who yells at the clouds. Just the disrespect right there, jeez. Quoting the great Peter Cullen and what he said in his speech last night. If you don't know who that is the guy who voices Optimus Prime in most media. That's what I know him from. He voices Optimus Prime as his most famous role. He says, have the strength to be gentle. That's where Kratos has gone and is damn near universally loved. Okay. Cory wasn't there. A quote by Stephen King that said, at some point, all creation becomes a shared collaboration with the audience. There's a reason nobody in the industry gives Jaffe the time of day anymore. So he's now reduced himself to YouTube console warrior to pay the bills. Pretty pathetic, to be honest. Oh, man. The shot's just being thrown at Jaffe right now. Kratos getting called soft after ripping the jaw of a werewolf. I'm trying to remember. Was there werewolves in this recent one? I know those werewolves in the original trilogy. I know those werewolves in this new one. I can't remember, to be honest. The new God of War games are the reason I'm a God of War fan now. I went from zero interest in the franchise after they began. How do you just not like the older ones and just play the new ones? I guess that's an interesting take right there. Sometimes you have to let your child grow with other creative directors to get a franchise as good as God of War. I love young Kratos since the first release, but man, 2018 reboot was something else, and Cory Barlog handles it like a chief. Thank you very much for the game. Jaffe's just upset that there's no threesome QuickTime event. Okay. Yeah, they definitely make sure to take that off these newer games, though. That's definitely one thing that's missing from the older ones. Then again, the media would probably freak out about that if it wasn't this one. Then again, it doesn't even make sense for Kratos to do that in these newer ones, though. Kratos getting called Soth after bodying the 9 Valkyries, Berserker souls, and several Norse gods, including the All-Father, is crazy, not gonna lie. Classic God of War got some iconic lines, but the new God of War has ones where remember to my final day. I don't know. People say it kind of sounds like they're kind of agreeing with more the newer one over the previous one, but I don't know. They might just be kissing Barlog's behind in this thread, though, so I don't know what the real take is, but just give you an update on what's going on between these two God of War creators. Seems to be a little beef going on. Well, not really beef because, he's not gonna really say what he thinks. He just gives a gift right there, but not too happy with David Jaffe's recent thoughts. So people just saying he's washed up. Who cares? That's why he's no longer in the industry. But I don't know. He is the creator. Like, people are forgetting that he did make like 6 God of War games. You're like, you're really just throwing away his work when he's a creator and he made 6 classic games. Like, that wouldn't be a 2018 without the original Kratos. So I don't know. I definitely like listen to David Jaffe's insight on this character, especially since he created the character to begin with. So those are just my thoughts. What do you agree with? Do you agree with Jaffe that you don't like this new direction of Kratos? Or maybe you agree with the new direction that you more on the Cory Barlog's direction of Kratos. Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.